go on our channel and see if we're live.
View channel. Live. How does it work?
We will see. Got some weird audio issues happening too.
Wade keeps asking questions. Stop it, Wade!
Get the video to send now. It says I have it. Just a minute. Just some vid problems. Video's not going. Always how it goes.
Did you post anything?
It's on right now and everyone's saying no video. So I'm trying to figure out why there's no video. Not connected. Okay, why are you not connected? It's on the right one. There you are. Here's strange. Why?
It's crooked. It's vertical.
Oh, it's fine. It just why is there no video? Oh, for goodness sake. So sorry, guys. Just a blue screen. Cannot get it going. I love that my audio is going through, but I got no video.
Can they hear us?
I think so. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys, bear with us.
It's so funny because we literally just had this going, and now I can't get it to go.
We tested it twice.
Yeah.
I don't know what they say. I don't know what they say.
We will try our best. Show OBS YouTube. Using OBS, and let me see. Gosh, literally just had this fixed, and I can't get it to go. Oh my gosh, I can't. I don't know why it's not doing it. Why? So strange. Yeah, I'm glad you guys hear us, which is awesome. And this happens every single time we do something with technology. It's like, oh, I'm gonna work so good, and then it doesn't work so good. We're using OBS, and unfortunately, I have everything hooked up to this here. But if you will just bear with us, we will
Please wait for us.
figure we'll figure it out. You can do it. I believe in you. I hear if you sing to your computer, it helps.
Mhm.
Yeah, very strange. For the lurv. For the lurv.
Start virtual camera. The audio was good.
You guys just entertain yourselves for 1 second. I am just.
Is the audio still streaming?
Oh, yeah, they're still hearing us. I just can't see your comments, guys. Just 1 sec. Even Kota's snoring in the background, I think. Man, that is so strange.
Oh, it's Keo.
Oh, Keo. Guys, just give me a second here. I'm gonna redo this one, and you can join on in a second. It's friggin' Murphy's Law. Whoever wrote that, I love you. I know it is. It's the first thing they teach you in the studio is anything that can go wrong is gonna go wrong because it just wants to. Goodness gracious. Hi, Keo. Keo's just saying to you guys. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see you.
Is it working?
I see you. Okay, we're good. Oh, I'm back though. I was gonna close the feed and I didn't. So we're here.
That's working.
Let's see if you can see me. We'll wait for some comments. I see you, Greta says.
Yay
see
for
you.
Greta.
Shabby chick vintage chicks. Oh, Butanya. Little creature. Okay, it worked.
Yay!
Yay! All right, I apologize. It's a whole bunch of new software that I have not. We've actually never streamed live before. Ever.
First time.
So, but are you helping? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yay! Is audio okay? You guys can hear all right? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yay! So cool. Thanks, guys, for being patient. I'm so sorry.
Where do you find it on here?
It should be that one right there. Everything's perfect. Fantastic. I'm just looking through this here. Hello. It's so nice to see these familiar faces. I know it sounds cliche when we're like, we love your comments, we appreciate them, but we really do. It's it makes us happy. Oh, there's Beth. Hi, Beth. Sweet. Okay. You can sing too while we wait. I put my guitar there just because I'm a fiddler. So I need to play with things. It's the old ADHD, so I might just play a little bit while Carissa talks to you guys.
I can't open it.
I'm not sure.
All right.
It's all right. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for us. We appreciate it. So we have like a lot of questions. I was surprised. Carissa wrote them all out very nice and neatly, and yeah, it was awesome to hear from you guys. So oh, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. I'm trying to do the like read while I'm chatting to you guys too. Horrible multitasker. Horrible.
I can't see it from where, with the van, we can only sit in so many places. So
yeah, we were trying to arrange it so that you guys could see the both of us and Cleo and Kota. I feel like if I move, you guys can see his little head there. If we just go there. Oh, look at that little floof. There's the baby, the little man. Yeah, so the whole family. So let's see. Let's just go back. 4 devices. Shabby chic vintage chicks. That's awesome. That must be some awesome audio lag. Thank you so much, Diane. And if you're hearing some echoes, I apologize. I'm not going to mess with it too much. There is some reverb in there because this is the system that I use normally for singing. And I forgot to take that out. So thank you. Corey Snow says, y'all rock and the pups do too. They do. They rock a lot. Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, we are. Where are we currently, babe?
We're Island, and we are at a campground, enjoying life, enjoying the rain. Had a little bit of a lag of rain today and yesterday, so happy about that. Yeah, just enjoying the Van Island life.
Island life. Yeah, we've been pretty stationary actually for the last little while. And that's just because it's been so like nonstop go, new places constantly. So yeah, we just kind of felt like for the holidays, we were just going to chill and stay in one spot for a little bit. So yeah. Awesome. Oh, I see. Shabby Chick, Vintage Chicks. The more devices gives us more views. That's awesome.
Yay,
you are on it. So yeah, I guess we will just see if I missed anything. We can get started on some questions, and
yeah, we have a bunch. We better get going.
I know it's gonna be a while. So we have them written out over there. So if we're looking off in the distance, it's just to see what we got for questions.
We don't want to miss any. If you did do some in the last little bit here, like in the last hour, we may not have written them down. So we apologize, and we'll get you next time.
Tried our best. And then if we get through them and you guys are still hanging around, which would be awesome, we'll see how long we go for. We can try to hit those questions later too. So I'm just going to steal Chris's green drink and you can answer a question.
Okay. Well, we'll start with some van life questions. We had a lot of those. Nethead 7353 and Emma asked, what made you decide to do van life? We have different answers, and mine comes from Tonella. So I didn't even know that van life was a thing really until we met, and I was really excited about it. I lived a pretty typical like cookie cutter life at the time. Had a house in a suburb, 9 to 5, 8 to 5 job. I was working a lot and hardly ever home. And this life looked really exciting. And I loved to travel around and camp. And yeah, didn't know that was a real lifestyle. But yeah, you inspired me for that.
Yeah, we used to watch a lot of YouTubers, actually van life YouTubers together when we were in the house and getting Carissa into it. But you really you were very excited by it when you found it. It's just a cool lifestyle. If you don't know about it, you don't know about it. But yeah, for me, so I mean, I've been interested in van life for so long because I am ancient. So for decades and decades and decades, I have been interested in it. And my dad actually built out a bus when I was very little. I'm sure those memories are in my psyche. I don't actually remember, but my mom told me that. And I think that's pretty cool. So I think I have a bit of his wandering soul in my blood. And it's just something I've always wanted to do. And yeah, I've traveled a lot. I've not lived in one place for too long. I think like 3 years, not even 3, 2.5 years is like the longest I've lived in one spot. And that's a long time for me. So yeah, and just love the lifestyle, the freedom. For me, like van life was really about just finding peace. It's not so much of like go, see new places, but just a peaceful life. Seeing, being in nature. So
yeah. So we, after only a few months of being together, actually, we started looking for vans and checked out a couple. And we found one we liked. We traded in vehicles for it, and started building it out.
Yeah, and it's good. It's funny because I've been dreaming about van life forever, but Carissa is really the makes things happen woman. Because I'd probably still be dreaming about it now, but she's very good at those things. So yeah, we found the van and it worked for us, and we did it ourselves, and here we are. Next question was, what made you decide to vlog your lives full time, and was it a joint decision? That was Greta that asked that question.
Hi, Greta. We saw you here.
Yes. It was definitely a joint decision. I certainly am more of the camera person. I love video and I love working with video and stuff, but we talked about it and for a long time before we ever did it. And I just think, like, again, we have different answers for a lot of these questions. So my answer is really that one, when I really wanted to do van life and I was dreaming about it and, there was maybe life was hard or something like that, YouTubers who were living this life and shared, life on the road. For me, one, it was just really calming to me. It was nice to see someone living a very simplistic, minimalistic, but happy life. And yeah, I wanted to be able to do the same for other people who maybe can't get out or are unable to travel or something like that. We think it's an interesting lifestyle and it's worth sharing.
Yeah.
What's your answer?
A big thing for me, I mean, like vlogging our lives full time, I wouldn't, if it was just me, we wouldn't be doing it. Me, myself wouldn't be doing it because I'm not like naturally drawn to like being on camera, but I've since changed that, I think.
Yeah.
But a big thing for me is queer representation. For us being a queer couple, it has been really important to us that we have only seen a couple other couples that represent the queer community, and it was really important for us to show that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
yeah.
We are very different personally as well, so what we bring to the table is different, and yeah, it was very important to us that we show that and inspire others to do the same thing. And we live fairly normally, like we're not going on massive hikes or traveling to specific locations because we're like, I don't know, like we're not huge on that. We just kind of live day to day. I have a normal job, and you do our YouTube full time, and so
yeah,
it was a joint decision.
And gosh, I forget now who asked it. I think it was, oh no, there it is. Shabby Chick, Vintage Chicks asked who our favorite YouTube van lifer is, and I'm not sure who your answer is for that. I really like Linnea and Akila. I think for me, like seeing someone live van life where it's not like Carissa said, we're like doing these huge, massive hikes and we're going to these places that are so cool and come here and do that, and that exhausts me. So it was so nice to see someone living just a quiet, simple life, and that's So that definitely be one of my favorites. For sure. Trent the Traveler too. Top-notch video work. Love him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Janine Poirier. I think that's maybe how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you planning?
Janine, we love you. We always comments. You're awesome.
Frequent flyer. Are you planning to spend the winter in Canada? Yes, we are. Mm-hmm. So we're about 2 months into winter here in Canada, and we will be staying in Canada for the unforeseeable future. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Biggest reason is we love Canada. Like, we're Canadian through and through. We love it here. It's beautiful. We're very much drawn to the trees and more forests. So being on either the East Coast or the West Coast is kind of where we thrive as humans. So that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
Yeah, pretty much that. Yeah, we were planning initially on going to the States for a bit of the winter, but just with some of the political stuff going on, we decided that it'd be probably better for us just to stay for a bit in the homeland. And also just, like Carissa said, we do love the landscape here, and something you learn, which is really cool when you travel, is what really works for you, right? And what kind of, for us, like you said, the trees. So good. We love the trees.
Yeah, we love the trees and the mountains, and then our family is here in Canada too, and they're far away from us right now, but that's a big part of it as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What else we got here? Michelle. Hello. Thank you. How do you find your awesome boondocking sites? Every single time, every time it's Overlander, hands down for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, like sometimes on rare occasions I'll double check it on Campendium, or
Park for a night or
yeah,
something?
Park for Night. But that's only if we're in places like especially
Think-
Park for Night, like cities that are real difficult, and we're not often in cities. So yeah, Overlander, so good.
Yeah, and I think Quebec uses Park for a night more so than Overlander. Was that true when we were there?
I think so. Yeah.
Anyways, if you can't find, if you can't find it on anything on Overlander, check the other ones. But for the most part, Overlander, it is good. Google Maps for campgrounds specifically, like it still shows it on Overlander typically, but we still, yeah, Overlander.
I just a little to interject here. I did try to fix that echo a little bit, so if that is a little better, just let me know, Gina. And yeah, that's some good old reverb on there. That's what singers use to make themselves feel better about their voice. Okay, good, much better. Awesome. All right. Are you ever concerned about your safety? Sir Robin, I think. Sir Robin, we're going to say. I like it. Not often, but sometimes. Yeah, I don't know if you want to answer that or.
I think we, we do our best to secure ourselves, like lock the doors every single night, really pay attention to our surroundings all the time. We have the dogs. They alert us if anything's going on, especially Cleo. She has a very powerful bark and is quite, actually, you might not know this because she's very like cutesy in her videos, but she is quite reactive to other animals and people. So she will bark. So that's good. We do have bear spray. Our divider is really important for protection for us, both with like environment, like the heat versus the cold, as well as it's well thought out for protecting us. If someone did break a window or something, we have a little bit more time. They don't, it's hard enough for us to open it. So
yeah, it's a very strongly reinforced wall. So, so that's nice for safety. And I think, yeah, I'm very hyper vigilant. So I'm quite aware, and we both are where we stay. And yeah, normally we're not in cities and places like that most of the time. So, so yeah, so normally it's out, in the woods and in nature, and oftentimes that's the best place to be. I'm sure if any of you guys have seen, we did post that video. I think it was called, I forget what it was.
He Wouldn't Leave.
He Wouldn't Leave. Yeah. So we have had a negative experience, but that was one experience, which we did feel important to share. And I almost didn't want to share that video because I didn't want to be glorifying negative things, but it is a reality, especially I think for women. Yeah. And how to deal with that, and kind of to learn from our mistakes there. So so very rarely. And I think someone said Kota. Yeah, Kota will protect us for sure. He won't alert us though.
Of the van, more so Cleo, but if anybody who Kota thought was not safe, he definitely, like during that time with that guy that we had a issue with, he was snarling, and we rarely see that. We do our best, but for the most part we're not concerned. We're more concerned when we're in the city, honestly.
Yeah very much so. So I know it's something that people always really think about, and I do think especially for women, because you can feel especially vulnerable when you're on the road, just to be, you kind of learn to be aware of your surroundings, and there's lots of really, really good videos, and I think we've both watched a ton of them even before we started van life, just to be aware and know how to deal with things. And so if you have any other questions regarding that, feel free to ask. But always helps to have a puppy. They keep you alerted to what's going on that your ears can't hear. So what was the next question?
This is a you question for sure.
Oh, would you talk about your power situation on the live? Would I? Okay. So our power situation, we have 2 100 amp hour batteries. And yeah, we started out actually with one of them because for some reason I thought that was all we would need. But yeah, so now we have 2 100 amp hour batteries. And we have only 200 watts of solar on the roof. In the summer, that does surprisingly well. Like it goes really fast. Oh, an ad. Sorry if you guys are getting ads. It's our first time doing this. I think maybe I selected it where it's doing ads. So just skip past that. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah. So 200 watts of solar on the roof, 200 amp hours. And we started off with the Rover MPPT charger. But we did upgrade that and add in the DC to DC charger, which we now have. So our power system is pretty simple. We have as well a portable inverter.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a Blue Eddy, and it is a 2,000 watt portable inverter. And then we have 300 watts of solar with that we can like take outside. We just store that behind the door or the driver's seat. And yeah, so that's nice too. So that's some extra power. It does us like no good in the winter in Canada because there's no sun. The sun is so low in the sky that we get like maybe 10 watts, 20 watts on the roof, and same thing with those. So the DC to DC charger is a lifesaver if you are wanting to stay, especially in Canada. I think you need it if you need power, that is, right? So, and Corissa does mainly like for work, right? We have to have internet and laptops and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the best advice is like having multiple avenues of power. So we have solar, we have the alternator charging the batteries. We have the
Cheers,
power
Doug.
station.
Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt you because I think you're peacing out. So bye, Doug. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye, Doug. Just having multiple ways to power is essential, honestly, and it's really helpful. Like when the environment changes, if you're in a lot of trees or if there's no sun or whatever. So I think that's really important, and it's gonna forever evolve.
Yeah,
for us, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it's nice because if one of them breaks, you have another option, and something always breaks. Murphy's Law. Are we planning an upgrade in the future for the van? I mean, that kind of falls into the same thing. I think it would just be like a power upgrade.
Yeah.
We really like the layout of the van, and we like the van, and we've seen a lot of other vans, and we even we did that cool. Oh, I'm so sorry, Cleo.
Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, we've seen some awesome vans, beautiful builds and so on, but I think just for our life and how we've arranged it and done some changes, it works really great for us. So no plans in the near future. We're always tinkering. We're tinkerers, but yeah.
That's what I was going to say, is that since we moved in, we've adjusted things, and it's really important to us that, I mean, you did 99% of the build yourself, but doing that, we're able to change things really easily. The electrical system in the walls, that if you can't drill into this board, right? So it's really important that your rig, and we always change things, always tinkering, like
constantly.
You said.
Yeah, it's kind of funny I don't often look back at the older YouTube videos because I cringe over my editing back then, but just looking back and seeing like when we were sleeping this way, and when we had a pull-out table here, which when I built that, I forgot that I'm not a 5'2", 90-pound girl. I'm 6 foot tall, like 180 pounds. So when I pulled the table out, it was like it was terrible. We couldn't breathe, we couldn't eat, we couldn't move. The bed was so small. So now we have a pull-out bed. We have like a bigger table here. And yeah, there's lots of things that we've changed, and we really like the changes. So always tinkering.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the biggest thing for me too, like the times of days when one of us is working versus one of us isn't, you need to be able to move around each other. And our first build, it made it really difficult to do that. Quality of life has increased exponentially since we've made these changes.
Definitely.
So yeah
Awesome. And as I keep peeking at the chat here, I just have to say, I love it when you guys are kind to one another and like other comments, wishing everyone Happy New Year's. You guys are, that's awesome. It makes my heart happy.
So
and thank
sweet.
you. We're trying our best. We're trying our best, Abby.
Next question. Where are we?
I think we're at lighting.
Lighting.
It's basically the same. So what camera do we use? Believe it or not, for the videos, we only use my iPhone. Actually, we use a little bit of your iPhone as well.
Mm-hmm.
So just an iPhone camera. That's all it is. However, big however, I edit in Final Cut, and I do a lot of post-production. So that's part of the reason why the videos take me so long. Like, it's about 35 to 40 hours of work per video. And that's because, one, we take a ton of footage. We shouldn't do that. But I treat every single video. I have to treat the audio and the video because we don't use microphones. We have tried them. We haven't found a good one yet. And we just don't have the dollar bills to buy something that I would like yet. So all the video is from the phone, all the audio is from the phone, but it is very, very, very much treated in a program after, which I use Final Cut Pro. So it takes a lot of time, and I do have a background in video, so I went to school for audio engineering. So I have that as well, but I also studied video and post-production there as well. So yeah. So that's my answer to that. The lights are just our puck lights, actually. They're very bright and awesome. We don't have any windows in the van, so being able to have it nice and bright, I was very pleased. So
yeah,
that's all we got.
We do have one light corner.
Yeah, we do.
It changes. It has different settings, like yellow light, white light, whatever. Those aren't the actual terms, whatever. But they work. That works really well for when we're in bed.
How many do we have in our mains? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4.
But other than that, we don't have any special lighting. We're not holding lights in front of each other while we talk. Like, it's pretty basic, and we try to shoot when we're outside in good lighting, But besides that, it's mostly your skills. The skills. It's a lot of work, but it's fun, but it is, and that's why I can't crank them out as often as I'd like to. So, but we do our best. So. If you are planning on shooting, like, you can make beautiful videos with your phone for sure, and you don't need to do all that post-production stuff. So don't feel like, oh God, I can't do that. They look lovely just as is too. And I would suggest getting like a little ring light, and you get even USB ones. We have one too where you can just plug it in and get a bit more light, and light saves the day. So let's see here. Okay, you can go next question. I'm just going to look through these comments here. Okay. Killjoy says, do you guys ever get sick? How do you handle that in the van? Okay, so since we lived in the van, we have not been sick, like flu sick or cold sick, right? Like, we haven't. I did have a 12-hour flu thing, and that wasn't very fun because the bathroom is in with everybody else, so it was like you get really comfortable with each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And we have been really lucky that we haven't gotten sick a lot, and I think that's probably mostly due to the fact that we're normally in very remote places, so we're not around people or germs or things like that, and we try to stay healthy. So, but I think that one time you were sick, that was about it. So poor babe.
But for the most part, it's just like, we're very comfortable with each other. We're with each other all the time, 24/7. So the things that happen when you're sick, it's like, that sucks, and you feel bad for the other person. But besides that,
we just chatted a little bit about this before. It's like, there's a lot of like taboo, I think, things that you just become comfortable with when you live in a van, that like when you're a house dweller, you don't really talk about with anyone. It's not like
you have your privacy.
You wouldn't sit down with a group of friends and discuss like how you poop. Like, that's just not something that you do, but it is something that happens with a group of people who live in vans or caravans or trailers or whatever. So that's awesome. I really do, because it's just a part of life. And just as in, like, how many years, how old are we? I don't know. We'll say like 40 years. When you're older and you need your partner and they're taking care of you and you're sick, they're not it's not going to be something to be ashamed of then. It's not something to be ashamed of now. We're totally pretty cool with each other now, actually, and comfortable. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that leads in nicely to this.
Yeah,
You said you would take this question.
Oh, bathroom tricks. I mean, there's not really any. So the question, I apologize, is tell us your bathroom tricks living in a van. And that is Courtney Sunshine. There's not really any tricks, really. We have a camp, I want to say camp stove. Apologies. Toilet, camp toilet. Yeah. In our bench seat here.
The one I'm sitting on right now.
Yeah, just for number one, not for number two. And I mean, I guess if you guys have gone like camping in the backwoods, I never grew up with that. So this was very new to me in van life. The whole shovel, learning how to go in the woods, take a shovel, how far to dig and all that business. Normally, that's the way, the way it goes for us. So, and there's not really any tricks to it. Just pooping in the woods, and when you're in like, even not in a city, but there's so many public restrooms and things like that too. So yeah. That's a whole personal issue. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got. Valerie. Valerie says, what has been the hardest lesson so far and why? And we're going to hand that over to Corissa.
Okay. The hardest lesson I learned was never put your solar shower on the dash. Now, if you've seen that episode, which one it is? It's the Gas Bay one, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, we had a solar shower. It was like 4 liters, I think, of water. 4 to 7 liters. I don't know. It was huge. And we saw you had seen a hack.
It was Nikki. I can't believe I didn't say Nikki Davenport. Yeah.
Nikki Davenport, another,
awesome.
Amazing van lifer, OG. Used to put her solar shower on her dash.
No, not her solar shower. She is wise. Oh. It was just a gallon of water in a tightly gallon. It was my mistake.
That makes sense. Anyways,
that was my fault.
We were just parked and we had the solar shower up on the dash like we had done for months already. And I had moved it. I picked it up and moved it. I needed to get at something that was underneath it. I put it back, shut the door, went to the bathroom, came back. It's like all hell broke loose. Tonella's running around. I'm like, what is happening? The hose came off of it and just started pouring down the dash. Now,
so bad.
Who knew that there's shouldn't swear. A lot of electrical things that's directly underneath that. So
Who knew?
So it dripped down and completely, it like fried our what's that thing called? The starter.
Yeah, it was just a bad scene.
Yeah,
bad scene.
So everything was wet and it kept fuel pump. I can't remember. It was so long ago, but I did learn. Never.
Hard lesson.
Never put water, coffee, nothing. Don't put anything on your dash. Yeah. Please, for the love of God.
Yeah. Now and it wasn't like a flimsy, just so you know too, like, and you can go back and watch. It was like a quite like strong solar shower, all tightened and everything. But we learned, so no water goes near there. That was a hard lesson. And we learned it.
We did.
Yeah, not fun. We got Bob Taylor, fly fishing, and Gianna. What are your plans for the upcoming year, travel season? Any hints on what's next? We're not too big on plans.
Yeah.
We normally go quite off the fly. So we do have some family stuff this year. There's weddings and things like that, which we haven't had happen before. So we will be doing a little bit of bouncing around Canada just to hit some of that. But no big plans. We really do kind of make decisions quite quickly, and I think that's something we like about van life, is that there's not any plans set in stone, really, for us anyway, like 6 months ahead or a year ahead. We just take it as it goes. And I do know that someone said there's a lag, and so I apologize. As the time goes on, I'm worried that that's going to get a little worse, so we'll try to kind of speed through these so we don't go too long. We have Starlink, we set it up, and of course, Murphy's Law, yet again, our Starlink does not want to work. It's just not working. So we're using the campground Wi-Fi, and it's a little shoddy. So yeah. I do apologize for that. We really did try. How you doing back there, Q? No, they're both out. Yeah, there you go. Next one's yours.
Do you have any plans to travel to other countries? I would say not really. No plans for it. Traveling with the dogs, it's really like, this is why van life is, so we can be with our dogs all the time. They're our world. So putting them on planes, not an option. Leaving them for long periods of time, or even short periods of time, not an option. Yeah. Our lives revolve around them, I would say, for the most part.
Yeah.
So we have talked about like going to Baja or something like that. We won't be doing that this year. Maybe sometime in our lives, but
yeah, I think we'll definitely do it, but not this year. And if it's not this year, then it doesn't really exist in our minds, so we'll put it off. But yeah, no, not anywhere that the dogs can't go, for sure. So
yeah.
Do we ever get on each other's nerves?
We missed one. Oh, that's okay.
I thought we did. Oh, we didn't. Sorry.
Am I on your nerves now?
No. What's the hardest part of van life? Tammy Tucker and Greta. I think, I guess I'll just answer that quick for me. I think that there's a lot of difficult parts to van life, just like there's a lot of difficult parts to living in a house. So there's always going to be something difficult. It doesn't matter where you live. For me, I think it's decision fatigue, for sure. I've mentioned, and not just as a joke, I have ADHD, so I'm very neurodivergent. I can get overwhelmed with stimuli and things like that, especially near the end of the day. When you live in a van, you constantly have to make decisions, and sometimes the majority of those decisions will come later at night. For me, I find that very difficult. We do try to always plan and prepare so that we've kind of got a bit of a plan mapped out for the week or where we're staying, but it's just it's a lot of decisions. Like, where are you going to stop for water? Where are you going to empty the toilet? Where are you going to get your groceries? Where are you going to stop? So where are you going to sleep? I find that can be a lot sometimes, but that can be alleviated with planning, and we do our best, I think, with that. So
yeah. I think for me, the hardest part of van life is I'm really close to my family and my friends. Like, I grew up in Alberta, and I've been there my entire life, and this is the only time that I've left, and we've been gone for it's almost 2 years now. And so that'd be the hardest part for me. But that
is definitely tough. I miss my kiddo too, so my little button. But like I said, I think there's hard parts to any kind of living, no matter where or what you live in. So
do you two ever get on each other's nerves? This is from Transit Lady. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Like, we're just a regular couple, and of course we get on each other's nerves. I think it's hard when you're talking about decision fatigue, like anyone, when we're in those moments where things are hard, or we're having to make lots of decisions, or things are taking it's just tensions or
it's just, I think we get along amazing. I would reckon to say that when we live in a house, we very rarely fight. I think being in a close space, there's things you have to work through that are very different than being in a house. So so sometimes those pop up, but yeah, I really appreciate the way that we work through stuff, and you're gonna get on anyone's nerves. It doesn't matter where you live. I think.
Lisa Ordell also asked a similar question. She said, "What are your coping skills or mechanisms for when you get grumpy with yourselves or one another? Do you take a time out, or do you wrestle with the issue, or one another?" Yeah, we're always working on our communication skills. I think for the most part, we communicate really well. If something's bothering me, I tend to not bring it up, which isn't for maybe too long, and then I can come off as grumpy, um, or be grumpy. And I think like that's something I'm working on. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like communication skills between us, we're always trying to improve.
And we've worked on them a lot since being in the van, and we've talked about ways to work on them. So I think that living in this tiny space has actually helped us improve communication so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's awesome.
We have to, because like I can't just, if I'm upset with you, I can't just leave. Like I can't just walk away.
There's no
nowhere to
door
go.
slam. There's no
Yeah.
other room. I'll go for a drive.
I can go sit in the cab for a bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I think we're pretty good at knowing when we need breaks during like an argument, and or like sleep on it and then talk about it the next day. Like generally that works really well for us. A lot of people say like don't go to sleep mad. Sometimes that works better for us, you know.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a little space. And Lisa, I don't know if we said it already, but we love you. We love you.
We do. We love you, Lisa. We see you all the time. Yeah, we love your comments.
Yeah. So, and I really like the questions. And you mentioned that you have autism, and I think I always credit Corissa for having the patience of Job, the patience of a saint, because I have a lot of extreme like sensory issues and things that come along with ADHD that are quite pronounced. And she's so helpful, and just like she's an angel. Sometimes I'm just like, how are you dealing with me right now? I'm like my shirt's driving me crazy, the lights are bright, the electricity is loud, and she's
You're
just
touching me,
calm, and
you're touching me,
everything's touching me. Yeah, so
we live right beside each other.
It can be difficult, because I know you said that it would be, you think that probably would be something that's difficult for you, and it is. But I think that if you have the right partner, that you can help each other with different things like that. So
yeah, I think that is, I mean, if there was two of me or two of you, it wouldn't work well. And so we balance each other out pretty well, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I do. I see the relationship questions in the comments. We are getting to those. We just kind of wanted to get through some of these. I know we're taking a long time. Okay, we'll try to move a little faster.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I'm so bad at names.
Zaba. Natalie Nadeau.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Do you plan to ever own a house again someday? For sure, someday. Mm-hmm. I think we'd like to do the property thing and either renovate or build our own house.
Yeah, we don't want to do like a house in the suburbs again.
Absolutely not.
No. So we really want to buy like land, off-grid land. I mean, I know everyone kind of jokes about it. It's like the progression of a van life, where you get a van, then you get some off-grid property. But certainly that's something that we would like to have for sure. So yeah, and do some building together. So that would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What do you do for work?
What do I do for work? Okay. So I have 2 administrative jobs, remote, obviously. One of them is for a vet clinic. And so I'm a client care coordinator. So I take phone calls basically all day, talking to clients. It's a small animal clinic. I also work with the horse reproductive center with that clinic as well. Very interesting work. It is exhausting, and there's a lot of compassion fatigue that I'm going through. But it's amazing, and I'm very grateful for that job. I also work with a psychotherapy clinic for administrative, and I'm very grateful for that job as well. I do client intakes, bookings, that kind of thing. And fortunately, they're on like different days of each other, so it works really well. Yeah.
Let's see. Sorry, I will try to answer a few comments if I see them here. So Chris Miller says, do you like meeting followers if we see you out in the road? Yes, for sure. Say hello. I mean, if we're in the middle of the woods and you're like peering behind a tree, maybe don't come over then. But we would love, that would like seriously make my day. So please do. And Dan, I just wanted to give you a shout out there, Dan Middleton. I suffered depression, ADHD, and PTSD, going through cancer for 7 years. So just kind of send you some big love because we feel that. So love to you, my friend.
Shabby Chic says we can slow down. She said no rush.
Oh, no rush. I think she meant no rush about buying the house.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, well,
I'm just trying to rush because I know that as the time goes, the signal's going to get worse. So, Wade Phillips says, "What's it like having Moses as a neighbor?" I always thought he'd be taller. We don't often have neighbors because we don't stay anywhere long enough to have neighbors. But you guys have met Wade, and he is the best. He's referring to himself as Moses, and yeah, he's our favorite. We love Wade.
We love Wade.
He's
Shout out Wade.
Shout out Wade and Shasta. Okay, so the puppies. Let's chat about the puppies. I'm not going to say the names because I feel like I'm going to just
K-Mac Fawn.
Okay. I've noticed your pups are always leashed up. Are they runners? Let's answer that first. I'll start with Kota. Kota is a husky, as you have seen, and huskies are notorious for hitting the road. He is pretty trustworthy, but there's just been several times where he has been off leash, just like gets in his mind that he wants to run away forever, and that's been terrifying. So just with that tendency, he has to hit the road and like chase something, and then he's lost and can't find his way back. He's usually on a leash. Also, normally where we go for walks, you need to have your dogs on leash. There's bears, there's things like that. So So
I think
Kota.
there's something to be said about changing of your environment all the time too. Like we move around a lot, so they like to explore, and especially together, we don't trust them to know where they are and then come back, to be honest. Cleo is pretty good with staying around, but even so, both of them have pretty high prey drive. So squirrels, rabbits, cats, I'd be terrified that they'd run after that. And there's roads nearby, and they just don't know their boundaries. And we would work on that for sure, but we're never in one place for long enough to do that. So
and we have worked on that, but they both have some things. And Kota, like for instance, Koda and cliffs, he has a hard time with depth, so he constantly tries to jump off cliffs. Terrifying. So I can't literally terrifying. We can't trust them around places like that. So normally they're on leashes. And what kind of dog is Cleo?
Cleo,
hi baby.
What are you?
You got a little wag there.
Oh, look at Cleo. So Cleo is half miniature Australian Shepherd, as you might have guessed. You might have had that in there. She's a quarter border collie, which I think she looks like too. And then she's actually a quarter Norwegian Elkhound. So you'll have to, if you don't know what that is, you got to look it up. So they're more guardian type dogs. They kind of look shepherdy with the curly tail. So that's where her curly tail comes from. But she's pretty cute, isn't she?
She's just a little baby.
Okay. Gianna asks, how and where did you get both dogs? Did you get them together or come into the relationship with one or both?
Okay, so I had Kota prior to us being together. I actually got Kota from a family in Calgary, Alberta. So I did get him when he was a puppy. I had some bad experiences with dogs when I was younger. We lived around people when I was a little kid who had German Shepherds for protection, but they didn't keep a good handle on them. So I was attacked multiple times by their Shepherds. I kind of had a bit of just a little bit scared of bigger dogs, but desperately wanted to have a husky. So that was one of the reasons why it was really important to me to have Kota from when he was little, so we could establish trust. And I mean, now I literally would. I stick my hand down his throat. I just trust him entirely. So I've had him, but I think he wasn't quite a year yet when we.
Yeah, he was like 10 months, I think, when we got together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and he's 3 years, I think now.
Yeah, he's 3.
Okay, so bad with numbers. I apologize.
Yeah.
So he's 3 now.
Yeah. Cleo, so when we got together, which we'll get to, I had a dog he was a Boston Terrier Beagle. unfortunately passed away like early on when we were together.
Yeah, Koda got to meet him.
Yeah, and they were so cute together. He's a little senior man, Diesel is his name. And I knew, like, I've always had dogs and loved dogs, so it was important to me that I get a dog, and I waited until the summer. And I always wanted like an Aussie cross. And I like mixes myself, mostly because of it often breeds out, what's the word? Yeah, like hereditary disease and disorders and stuff in dogs. So anyways, I found her, and Tonella and I actually went. It was just like a farm. They accidentally had a litter of the cross. And yeah. She was only 4 weeks old. I picked her. I was trying to get a female. I wanted like a merle colored if there was one. And she was one of two. When I walked over to the pen and I got into the pen, there was 10 of them, and they were all different colors.
They looked like little potatoes with fur. They were so cute.
Yeah. And Cleo was the only one who looked like her. She waddled up on, like, literally 4 weeks old, just like waddled up and put her little paw on my boot. And I literally had just stepped into the pen. I didn't even know where she was.
Yeah.
And you picked her up, and she licked your nose.
Yeah, she was goodest girl right from the get-go.
So 4 weeks later, we came back and got her.
Yeah.
And she's been with us since. She's 2 years old. So she's exactly a year apart from Kota.
Yeah. She's just a baby. And L. Laughlin said, did the dogs get along from the beginning, or was there an adjustment period? Kota is an angel. It's funny because when people see us coming or walking, they kind of assume that Kota might be a little sketchy and Cleo's like the friendly one. But Kota is an angel with puppies and other dogs and stuff. So he was so good to her. He let her like bite his nose and his ears and crawl all over him. And they were best friends right from the beginning. And now she hates everybody and other dogs, but she loves him.
We'll show you sometime. We'll post a little baby Cleo with baby teenage Kota. So cute. She was literally like this big. So cute. Okay, so on to
lay down. No scratching.
Did you want to do the music stuff first or the relationship stuff first?
Oh, what do you guys want to hear first?
What do you guys want to hear?
We got some music questions, talent questions. We're lumping those together, and then we got the relationship questions. What do you think?
A lot of people asked how we met. A lot of people. We have not talked about that on our channel at all. So.
Oh, we got a friend of Mo's here, Stephanie.
Oh, hi,
Found
Stephanie.
y'all by accident. My neighbor is Mo Longa's cousin. Oh, that's so awesome.
We
just
love
them.
Mo. Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Okay, we got relationship, music, etc. Cleo, you gotta lay down.
So let's do relationship first then.
Lay down.
Okay. Ready?
I am. I'm just getting some Cleo love here.
Wait, Cleo.
Trying not to lose an eye.
She's just a baby.
Okay, you lay down.
Hey, lay down.
Okay.
Just ignore her, too.
So what did you decide on there?
We're gonna do relationship first.
Okay, sweet.
How did you two meet and fall in love?
Lay down.
What's y'all's backstories? So Dan Middleton, Danette Head, Sophie Marcall, I don't know how to say that, Emma, and Nascarina.
And some people in the chat were asking that too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get into it. How did we meet?
Such a nosy bunch. I think I'd be asking the same question.
Did you want to start?
You can start that one.
I can start
your green drink here.
Okay.
Thank you.
The suspense. Okay, so we actually met through mutual friends, and we started off as acquaintances. We were at completely different points in our life at that time. You were living there, and I was friends with them, and we had met each other a couple of times, but it was completely platonic. I was married at the time to somebody else, and I was going through a very difficult time in my relationship then, and I spent a lot of time at my friends, our mutual friends' place, going through that. So that's part of it. Did you want to add some part of it?
Yeah. Let me see here. Just because I guess that kind of ties into Dan Middleton's question, which was where did you live before we met? So before we met, I lived in New Brunswick. So which is kind of, if you're not familiar with Canada, we're basically on opposite ends of this massive country. So I was in the East Coast, and then I had moved to Alberta. We were kind of debating, it's always like a little bit of a how much detail here when we're getting to know people. But I do think that honesty is important, and I like being open with you guys. And so when I had moved to Alberta, I was leaving a very not good situation. My ex-husband was arrested for domestic violence. So I was leaving the province at the advice of the police, just for safety reasons, and going to stay in Alberta because the trial for those types of things takes generally a year. So yes, I had some very kind friends in Alberta who invited me to stay with them. They were awesome, and always will appreciate that. And I met Corissa, let's say months after I had moved there. But when we met, it's not a typical love story, because it's not one of those things where either of us was in a place to be like, haha, you are my one. There was a soul connection, I think, for sure. But when Corissa and I met, I was very unwell. I had extreme PTSD, so I couldn't be around people or loud noises. I could not really leave the house very well. So I wasn't in a good state, but you were very kind. And I noticed when she walked out, I was like, I really like her walk. And then you talked and you're so calm. And and then I was like, I'm going back to my room. Goodbye. So we met in places where we were both going through something incredibly difficult. And I think we certainly had a connection. We didn't have any big talks or anything like that in the beginning. We just met, and
we were like acquaintances, and it was nice. And I was curious, and we had like a connecting moment. And like we said, it was completely platonic, but it was just like a soul connection where like I was there, and you were playing music, and you're wearing this beautiful red dress, and I was like, wow, this woman can sing. Like, was just my jaw on the floor listening to her play. And that was like, that's a very key part of our story, I feel like. And we talked a little bit then, but again, completely platonic.
Which I really like. I think that, just getting to know you as a person, and just, and we each were getting well on our own. And then came together much later, where we had both healed a lot. And there was certainly something there.
So later on, so fast forward to how we like actually became together.
I love our together story. It is very cute.
So I separated from my ex. So there was due to her infidelity. So I'll share that with you, complete transparency. And you had been talking to our mutual friends and found out that this all happened. And she reached out to me and was very kind and a huge support system during that like grief period. And it was very difficult for me. And just to have that kind person to talk to, that was removed from my direct life, I guess, was really good. And we had some similar situations that happened that we kind of bonded over and talked about. And it just kind of progressed naturally, honestly. And like at that point, we were on opposite ends of the country. Like Tonella had gone back to New Brunswick. And had Kota, and I was still in Alberta. And after a few months of talking, and
we talked, and we had some video talks. Then we're like, well, why don't we set up like a video date? And did like some long distance like dating after that progressed. And it was just pretty someone wrote there, the best love comes from a best friend, Gina. Yes, and I
Yeah.
totally agree. And it was a really beautiful, I think, build on that. And so we had sort of a long distance little romance there, and then I decided to go back to Alberta
After much of me pressing to come back.
Yeah, I for most of my life I've been a musician, and then also I teach or have taught. I'm not doing it right now, but teach singing. So as a vocal coach, I did get hired in Calgary, so I was able to get a job there. And so I decided to go back to Alberta. And we have a cute little story. She flew up to meet me. I drove my Kia from New Brunswick up to Toronto, where my best friend lives, and Corissa flew in from Alberta, and she met me there. And it was in the middle of the winter, and we drove that Kia from Toronto to Alberta together, and we slept in the thing in the freezing cold. And that was our that was us seeing each other, which is quite cute that we now live in a van full time.
I mean, we must have really liked each other, because to go from like online, basically virtual dating, to now you're in a car together driving across the country.
Oh, what did you said it's the traditional lesbian or
traditional lesbian U-hauling.
Yes, if you're not familiar with U-Haul, Google it.
Google what U-hauling is.
So, but I do love her. I think that the best stories are not just everything's easy and shiny. There's like struggle, and there was, but we found each other, and very lucky.
Yeah.
And
how long have we been together? It's been 3 years now.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years in the van.
Yeah.
So like half the time in the van, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. And then I guess I already answered. I lived in New Brunswick before meeting Corissa, and you've lived in
Alberta my entire life. Yeah. Like southern Alberta, or not southern. I don't know, Calgary area.
around there.
Okay.
So we're gonna hop up to here where we got this part. Okay, Whistler 326 says, why are you not in a band touring? And I will assume that question is for me. I have been in multiple bands and I have toured. So I have I have albums and things like that. I know, like, when I've sang some songs for you guys, and you've been so awesome and so kind, and I just appreciate it more than you know. I know a lot of people say things like, when are you releasing an album? I actually already have albums out there. It's just they're such a different genre. I used to be first in metal, and then alternative, and generally in like a very rock genre. Some stuff quite heavy. And it's just not the direction that I've gone in now musically. I'm more acoustic now, and really kind of exploring that side of things. So that's why I haven't really shared a lot of that, just because I really want to create some new music that is acoustic. So but I have been in bands. I think one of my favorite bands that I was in is a band called Beloved Foe, and we were in Sweden. I'm really proud of the work I did with that band. So I have done that. I'm not doing that now, because touring and being in a band is just not what I want with my life right now. I don't like being in cities. I have a hard time around large groups of people. I just want peace, and I want to create some peaceful music. So, and you guys don't know, but Corissa, or maybe you do, Corissa sings and has a beautiful voice. So we work on some stuff together too. So
thanks, Betty.
Yeah.
Oh
gosh. Sorry, I'm just reading comments here too.
It like band touring, like, I think that would be really cool, but
it would be horrible. I've already toured. I've done it. I'm old. I'm 41, guys. I cannot be around that many people and drunk people, and I would just be like, I'm gone. But I love making music, and the world is so big, but it's also so small now with the internet. So, you make music and you can share it, and you don't have to do the things you had to do back when I was a little child. So, it's a lot different now. So,
I think it's really great that she can showcase her music online, and we're getting, like, she's amazing. Like, you guys comment about her all the time, and it's due, for you. She's amazing, and I'm so glad that you can put your music out there.
Yeah, and sorry, I didn't even share that with you guys, and I should. but one of the main reasons that I stopped doing music is I was in Toronto and I was singing with, I think, 3 different bands at the time. I was teaching singing and I kept getting sick. And so I kept singing over strep throat constantly. And eventually I lost my voice. So I had laryngotracheitis, so just laryngitis, fancy word for it. But essentially like a sprain of the voice. So I couldn't speak for almost a year, which is why I moved back to the East Coast, to New Brunswick. And I had to stop doing music. I was unable to teach, unable to sing, obviously, which was my job in all the bands. So I had to step back from music, and that took quite a while for me to get back. And there's more there, but we won't get into all of that now. But the sick thing was why I originally stopped doing that stuff. So
yeah. Do you plan on entering Canada's Got Talent, babe?
Girl, I'm still touring and I'm way older than you. I love you for it. God bless. No, I really do. And I wish I had. I just don't. I don't have the temperament for it. But I think that's so awesome. And like I jokingly say 41. That's not old. I don't think any age is old. So please don't take that as an insult. I'm just kidding when I say that. So, yeah. I thought I saw another comment here.
I'm 35. Someone was asking our age difference, and we're 6 years apart.
Yeah. I'm the old one.
I think we look similar in age, though.
Yeah,
you look very young.
My mom, I have very good genes from my mama. She's just a stunning lady, and she's always looked a good 20, 30 years younger than she is, and I look not 20 or 30 years younger because I have led a not calm life, let's say. But yeah, we're doing all right. But
yeah, you
I gotta thank my mom.
Blessed with the genes.
Blessed with the genes. Canada's Got Talent. No, I've had some vocal students enter Canada's Got Talent, but that's not something that I personally would be interested in for aforementioned reasons, just cities and people and all that. So.
Yeah.
Rob Skulls Tattoos. Rob Skulls, if you're still here, I don't know if you are, but I know you downloaded one of my albums, and I wanted to say thank you for that. That's very kind of you. What's the most beautiful or favorite song you've ever sung? My favorite song to sing is definitely Hallelujah from Leonard Cohen. That man is a genius, and that's definitely one of my favorite songs to sing.
That's actually the song that she was singing when we first connected, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's amazing at it.
It's a good song.
Check it out. It is on YouTube, right? On your channel.
Yeah, there's an older version of it on there. Wade popping in there.
Wade.
I heard that Corissa is a gold medal gymnast, and Tonella is an accomplished top shot. So we already talked about me, so let's not talk about me. But I heard that Corissa is a gold medal gymnast. Is it true? Is it true?
It is true.
It is true. She's amazing.
I was on Team Canada for quite a few years, from when I was 16 till I was 23. My sport was trampoline gymnastics. My specialty was double mini trampoline. You might not know what that is. It is not in the Olympics, but it is in the World Games. So, I won World Championships in 2010. It's many years ago now. I've been retired for that many years, but so I guess I'm no longer doing it. I used to coach for a little bit. It's hard. Amateur sports in Canada are not funded very well. So at the top of my game, I still worked 45 hours a week. And it was exhausting, and I miss it. But my brain mostly couldn't take it. The mental strength you need for that type of sport is a lot. So anyway, but great memories. Used to travel a lot with the team, and that's all I really can say about that.
Yeah, if you guys should Google Corissa Boychuk and then just look at her doing these crazy, insane flips. She's like magical. It's really beautiful to watch, actually. So, and I saw a question here that I had wanted to grab up, but let's see. The tattooing thing. I didn't keep doing that. I still have the tattoo stuff. And daily, believe it or not, I say, I'm going to tattoo myself. And I don't because, so many things in my brain. How did we come up with our YouTube name? I really like that question. So I'm going to pull that one just from the questions there. We came up with, we brainstormed that name. And I think, we had, I'm obsessed with wolves. They're all over. I want to do a tiny tattoo of a wolf, but we love wolves and the Wifepack and
Yeah. And one of the things that you talk about too that I really like is like the lone wolf aspect of it. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I think so. Well, Matt, why don't you talk about it? You get my head's all spinny.
The thing about wolves is they travel in packs, but we also are like, this is our pack. And we love you guys and love our subscribers and our followers, and we think of you as our community. And like that's the biggest thing for us is like us and the dogs. This is our life, and we just love to travel with each other. We don't typically go like to festivals or to cities and like gallivanting around and with other people. So like that was a big part of it too, is like, this is our pack. This is our home.
We're like a little wolf pack.
A little wolf pack. And then because we're two women, Wifepack.
Yeah. And Chris came up with it. And yeah. I thought it was, I liked it very much. So.
Yeah.
And let us see. I think that might be most. Is that all of them that we have written down?
I think so. Shabby Chic asked, when's the last time you hit the trampoline just for fun? Before we left, living van life, so it'll be two years this year. I was coaching an adult rec team with Captivate, it's called. Adult gymnastics, super fun, and it's like an organized sport there. And I was coaching for them, and I used to play around a lot.
I'm just going to pause you there for 1 second. Sorry. Do you guys all have no video, or is that just Becky? We might. We're coming on the edge here of our service time. So.
I see
you see? Okay.
Randy,
sorry. I'm so sorry to interrupt you there, babe.
Oh, that's okay. I do miss it, Shabby Chic. I do miss it. And it's hard on the body. Like if you're not using those muscles all the time, so it's a lot of core strength, a lot of back, hips, and you use parts of your body that you never use. So it's hard even just to play around. The next day you're shot for a week. So but I do miss it. Yeah, it was a different life. Like it feels like a whole other life that I lived.
Yeah. She can still do really cool stuff though. I'll try to get her on film when she walks around on her hands. It's really funny. The dogs are like, what are you doing? And then they both attack her because they think something's wrong. But yeah. So yeah. I think that's all our questions. I'm still just checking our feed here. Okay, I'm glad you guys all see us. Beth, I love you, Beth. I'm going to write you back. I'm sorry I'm the worst, but we love you. And we're going to see you soon.
Yay!
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Love your channel, says Sherry. That's very kind of you. Blazer Wiccan, I just wanted to say thank you. I read your comments and they stuck out just about the singing, the music. I appreciate it. It means a lot.
I don't know if we missed anything.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I see there's some people.
There's some as they go, and I'm so sorry. I do. We've missed a bunch of them just because we were trying to make sure we got through them while we had some solid internet.
Oh, what do you enjoy watching? TV or movies? From Gina. It depends on our mood.
I know my answer. Oh no, hands down.
What?
Woman. Do you know me at all?
But every once in a while we watch a movie.
Like one a year.
That's true.
I know TV. My answer is TV because I get very depressed. Though I have so many issues. I get depressed when a movie ends. Like I feel connected to the characters and then they're just gone. They leave me. So I like shows because you get to keep them. You need to keep them around for a while.
Oh, so Sharon said, I listened to one of your older videos today with both of you singing. Wow, y'all have beautiful voices. So cute, so nice. Everyone is so nice.
So nice.
We have-
Randy, you asked, can we send gifts? You can send gifts if you mean on here, and yeah, it's not necessary at all, but we do appreciate it. So, but yeah,
Oh, you guys are the best community ever.
So kind,
honestly.
yeah.
Love you guys leaving comments every week, and we do try. I'm so sorry to if we miss you in commenting back, but man, we read every single one of them, and we're so happy. And we love how we mentioned this earlier, love
Yeah.
how you interact with each other as well.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of people being very open and honest and kind, and sharing difficult parts of their lives, and we see all of you showing up for one another, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So we couldn't ask for a better community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Kindness is huge, guys, and it's super important to me. And I love the kindness I see in you guys. We really appreciate it. What platforms can you find your music on? You can find it on, I think, pretty much all of them. Apple Music and all the other ones. I just use Apple Music, but yeah, they're on there. For under Tonella, if you just look Tonella, I have Dreaming in Red, which was, I think, my first album there. Compromise was a newer one. And then Beloved Foe, I think, is on those streaming platforms as well. I have an older band called Holophonic Porno. That one, I think, is on there as well. And we'll leave out the really scary ones, so because I don't want to frighten you guys. So, but those ones are there. So, but yeah, you can find that like Tonella as the band is on most streaming platforms, I believe. Favorite food? What's your favorite food, babe? You love food. She loves food.
Yeah, food is like what I live for every day. I love seafood. Like, we are in the seafood capital, like Vancouver Island. We had fish and chips here the other day, and it was to die for.
Okay, I'm down for that. Fish and
I love
chips are
fish and
so
chips.
good.
Yeah.
But seafood in general.
But I love sushi. I love shrimp. I love crab. I love lobster. I would eat seafood every day if I could.
Yeah. Oh, seafood. I just want Diane Ralph, my wife and I are 7 years apart. We have been together for 36 years. That is so amazing.
Gosh.
Congratulations. That is awesome.
We aspire to be you.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
New Tricks. I saw that recommendation, Gina. I will, or just from you. So we will check that out. New Tricks, a British detective show.
Ooh,
I like that.
What are we currently watching? I forget. Let's go.
We're watching Alone right now. Don't tell us what happened. We missed it, and yeah, we we're loving it. So yeah.
If anyone loves like Alone, another show that we watched recently is Hard North. Yeah, I think it's on Prime.
Hello.
And it's so good.
Are you getting bored? You have to go outside.
The dogs probably should go outside.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I think we got most of them. I know that we probably missed a few, and we apologize for that. We're going to do lives again. We were both feeling a little nervous about it for sure. I was like, I kind of feel like I used to when I played a show. Like I got little butterflies. But yeah, no, it's awesome hanging out with you guys. You were awesome. We love you guys. You were great. So we will certainly do this again.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Do you want Tonella to close it out with a song?
We want to do a little rap.
A little rap.
Oh wait, and also I should mention too, I do have a music YouTube channel. There's a lot of stuff on there. Again, it's older, so that's why I haven't promoted it. There's not a ton of new stuff on there. There's a song with Carissa and I singing on there. I think if you just YouTube Tonella Music, Cleo, you will find it. So yeah. Cleo, stop. Okay, let's see. 19 years. My spouse and I have been together for 19 years, says Catherine. That is amazing. I think that is beautiful. You guys are rock stars. We hope you guys enjoyed the live.
Yeah.
Mary says yes. Oh, okay. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I would I think maybe how about this? What do you guys think? On the next live, Carissa and I will do some singing. We'll like just sing a couple songs for you guys if that's okay. This time I'm not going to because I feel like my camera's my mic's gonna be not the right setting. A little OCD there. But we will do that next if you want us to. Yeah. Do you like how I just volunteered you to do that? Okay. Promise, please. Yeah, certainly. We will absolutely do that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank thank you guys for joining us tonight. And I can't wait to do this again with you all. We're going to probably take the puppies out. Cleo's getting a little antsy pantsy.
Do you want to go outside? Do you want to go outside?
Go outside. Love from Airdrie, Cindy, awesome. Jane says Wifepack rocks. I love you guys.
Love from Airdrie. That's where I was from. Hey, Airdrie.
Oh gosh, don't see the option for sending gifts of money. You know what? I'm pretty sure, like I see it here on mine, but God love me, it's time setting up the live. So, and I was kind of panicking about our service not working. So it's probably my fault, but yeah, it's not necessary. Again, much appreciated. It will be there in the next one when we sing some songs and do that little thing for you guys. And we'll do it again. So no option for super chats. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's my fault. I tried my best. Next time. Okay, you are so insistent. Do you want to say hello?
Would you say hello to the camera? Okay. Come say hello to the family.
Yeah.
The YouTube family.
So Kota's still sleeping because he always sleeps, but Cleo will say goodbye. We say goodbye?
You say bye-bye, Cleo.
Okay, guys, we will. I'm just going to throw this dog down. There we go. Okay. We'll see you guys soon. And we'll have some music next time, okay? So peace. You all take care.
Thanks for joining us. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Are we shut down?